Lights appearing. Set here and they're racing, and Sonnen Witness caught with the last two to get going, and the first away My Greek Boy heading off Avidus, and away pretty well is Capanda right on speed. Already Famous driving forward 3 and 4 deep as they hit the first corner, and he glides over. They're being followed further back in the field by Chasing Chaos, settled on the outside of Fat Noxious and then Cougar Knights, and they've got the pace on. They're running hard early over towards the inside Respondent. Now the favourite back there, third from last as they get going. Western Temple with a couple behind him nearing the 1,000 metre mark. Witness in court and Sonnen last of all, but it's My Greek Boy who's bowling along at a strong pace. Ears pricked here as they come down the riverside of the track and led nearly 2 lengths. Already Famous. A similar margin to Avidus, just getting up onto the bridle with a tendency to go a bit keenly. It's over on the inside of Capanda. A length and a half away then to Chasing Chaos with the red cap. Fat Noxious next on the inside midfield. 3/4 of a length away then Cougar Knights being bustled along here at the 550, and then came Respondent, the favourite, still 8 lengths from the leader Western Temple, followed by Witness in court, and still last of all Sonnen. Coming up to the home corner though, and My Greek Boy gave them the slip. It waltzed away around the corner. My Greek Boy led by 6 at the top of the straight from Already Famous Capanda, then Chasing Chaos, Cougar Knights. Here's Western Temple starting its run further back in the field, but My Greek Boy is a day in front with 100 left to go. 4 clear. Western Temple charging down the outside. My Greek Boy though with enough in hand, and he stole this and he won brilliantly. My Greek Boy saluted from Western Temple and Cougar Knights. In behind them Chasing Chaos, Fat Noxious, Respondent, Capanda. Already Famous further back in the field, then Sonnen. Avidus is second last, and a distant last is Witness in court. Number 4, My Greek Boy, ridden by Peter Hall. Welcome back to the City Winners list today for one of the most popular riders in the state. My Greek Boy, $832 even. And he had the skates on there in front. Boy, he'd run them. 1:35.66 here they've carved out. 1:35.66 for the mile. And he won it easily from Western Temple, who was always going to be back there. And whatever he was chasing, it was always going to be a task. And Cougar Knights battled on into third spot. 1:35.66. They've run the clock on a day where times have been very fast with that easterly wind. But this, my boy Charlie Gelding, My Greek Boy, really did roll along, and Hall rode the conditions beautifully. He knew that if he had the break, they'd have the task of trying to run him down. And if the break was big enough, they wouldn't get to him on his best. And today he certainly produced that. For Steve Wolfe, part owner with PD Bainbridge, Noel Carter, Graham Evans and Peter Hall. Back salutes in the metro area. Great to see. Over Western Temple by Dream Ahead from Western Jewel, Adam Durant, William Pike. And Cougar Knights third home by Trade Fair from Maha Wangza, Michael Lame, Daniel Stake. Chasing Chaos, the stablemate of the winner, has run fourth. Fifth is Fat Noxious, and it's 1 3/4 the winning margin by 2 lengths, and 1:35.65 is a red hot mile. 34.95 is the final 600 metres. So a fine victory by My Greek Boy, and that's his 9th in actual fact now from 29 starts. So he's got a super record. He's trained by Steve Wolfe, and Wolfie's down there with Gareth in the winners' enclosure after this all-the-way victory.
Thank you, Darren. That was one hell of a performance by My Greek Boy. On the pace, broke their hearts one time, and it's great to see your mate Pete Hall back into the winner's circle here at headquarters.
Yeah, Gareth, sorry. It's very surprising that he can run the mile, but just shows, you know, good horses, good jockeys, good trainers. You're always learning, you know. I had my doubts about him running the mile, but, you know, you never know till you try. And I've never died wondering about anything. I'll have a go at most things.
Were you concerned today, 8 starts at this track, yet to win?
No, not really. He's been an immature horse. Doesn't quite get around the corners, but never mind. All he had the skates on. When they straightened up, I thought, well, he'd have to drop dead to get beat now.
But he's been in some pretty good form. He was pretty close on this track last start.
Yeah, that's right. He surprised us at the 1400. I do feel a bit for Macca because he normally rides. He hopped off, and he didn't hop off. I took him off. He did want to get back on, but his turn will come again.
You needed to give Pete Hall a winner. Chasing Chaos was pretty good as well.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Yeah, no, well, Hawley's been a mate of ours for 100 years too. They both ride for me, you know, prolifically, and they do a wonderful job. Occasionally they get it wrong, but most of the time their heart's there.
What do you do with My Greek Boy now?
take him home and give him a good pat.
Yeah, good work. Well done, Wolfie.
Thanks, mate.
There's Steve Wolf there, and Brittany Taylor's about to catch up with Peter Hall, and here's one of the good guys of racing. In fact, in his injury layoff, he made one hell of a debut for Sky Racing on Perth Cup Day, and he was very good at that. But it's great to see Pete Hall back into the winner's circle at his very best there. A dashing display out in front, and Brittany catches up with Peter Hall.
Hawley, a fantastic performance there. Just a matter of getting to the front and just saying, catch me if you can.
Yeah, he can kind of lay out a little bit in the run, and when I rode him first time the other day, I learnt from him because he likes just to kind of run along at his own tempo and just not interfere with him, and he just really enjoyed it, and he fought back the last 50 metres of his last run, so still a bit unknown going to the mile, but he just loved it, done a good job.
What were your thoughts going into the mile, that 1400? He almost looked to disappear, and then he really fought back, as you mentioned. Did you think he would get the mile today?
Look, I wasn't too sure, but I did say to Wolfie after his last run, 14, 15, maybe a mile, keep him in the same company, and he stepped up a little bit in grade today, and it's just one of them horses, just likes to roll along and run his own sectionals, and yeah, we've seen what he could do.
This easterly today is also of help. How important do you think it is to be on pace?
Oh, I just think when you're riding a horse like him and it's suited on pace runners, make the most of it. You know, you might pinch a length, and that might be worth two.
Well, congratulations, fantastic win.
Thank you very much.
Peter Hall catching up with Brittany Taylor, and he does it. Very happy too, Hawley, defeating Western Temple Cougar Knights, chasing Chaos back in fourth. That wraps up the fifth here at Ascot on Sky Thoroughbred Central. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of it, it's Anthony and Libby as they continue on Form Line.